Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to the first episode of Sports for All. To start off our program, I invited three gentlemen who gave me a chance, who gave me an opportunity to do what I love doing. Uh, Benny Benitez with Usapang PSL, Ernest Hernandez with Tops Usapang Sports, and Brian Yalong because of Sports Bite. So I owe these three gentlemen a lot, and I invited them here to tell us how they got started with their respective endeavors, respective careers, and let's get it going. Let's start with Benny. Benny,
Hi everyone. Yeah.
Si Benny kaagad ang isalang mo dyan.
well, first of all, Benny, congratulations with the TLC Solutions gig.
Ah,
Um, Unang tanong ko, can you tell us more about this and yung paano mo sinimulan yung PinoyLiga.com?
wow. Vince, first and foremost, congratulations
Thanks.
for another another endeavor that you started, and then you being one of the people that helped out Pinoy Liga during the pandemic. I'm really appreciative of that effort. Now, I'm just returning the favor, and of course, your dad is someone I really admire. So yeah, congratulations again. Well, just to go to the topic, and starting out something with sports. This has been my story for the longest time. Every time someone asks me how I started with Pinoy Liga, because I'm doing casual basketball, for the longest time, and I've been doing that, na para bang medyo may pagka-stats whore ako. So para bang ang ginagawa ko 5 years ago was to just put in all of the stats into an Excel sheet, and then just look into my average on those that I played for IFBL, for Kings of the Court, for all of these Liga Manila and everything. So tinitingnan ko, sabi ko, nakaka 15 points per game pala ako. Pero sabi ko sa sarili ko, how come wala naman stats platform that would aggregate all of these things? Sabi kong ganun, bakit wala? There is FIBA Live Stats, pero syempre, nakaka-afford lang yan is PBA and all of these big leagues, UAAP, NCAA. Why not lower it down to the casual recreational market? And we already have this vision of digital, but no one has been talking about it. It's only now that we're really really aware of digital because of the pandemic. But before the pandemic, talagang sabi sa basketball parang wala. So that's where I started, Vince. Kumbaga sabi ko, there has to be something that I could do to the basketball industry, and hence creating an online platform for basketball. So it's really born out of my need and my want to really digitize the whole basketball process or operation or the industry in the Philippines.
All right, thanks, Benny. Now
Sure.
let's go to Ernest. Ernest, I also want to congratulate this guy. 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Gusto kita
Thank
tanungin,
you.
Ernest, paano mo sinimulan ng Sports on Air?
Actually, Sports on Air has been around since, maniwala ka, 2013. No? Because it started as a radio program, no? In saan nga ba kami nagsimula? Sa DWIZ, no? Pero before that, I was a radio host already in DZRJ, no? And then after a few time, maikli lang yung stint namin sa DWIZ, then nakahanap kami ng home in ano to, sa Radyo Agila, and we were there for until the end of 2017 ata or 18, no? And then in that time, no, na-build namin yung audience ng Sports on Air, and then after 2018, I think sponsorship sa radio nahihirapan na rin. Nagtra-transition na yung online eh. Yun yung na-realize namin, yung the online the podcasts are already beating the radio programs, no? So kaya for some time naghanap ako ng pwedeng malipatan ng Sports on Air until I decided na medyo matagal-tagal pa, and then sinabi ko, sige, I'm in the PBA, no? I cover the PBA. I started just putting video interviews there. And then yun nga, ang bilis ng growth. No? I started putting videos there July 2019, no? And then in that span before the pandemic, naging 40,000 subscribers siya, no? And it took a year para to get to that 10,000 more subscribers. Umikli kasi nga I'm banking on interviews sa PBA, and almost every day meron akong interview sa PBA. So, naapektuhan din ng pandemic, but in return, I got back on doing podcasting, no? From radio, naging podcast na rin siya. And we started doing that nung actually July 1. Now, wala pang 1 year yung podcast ng Sports on Air. And then sinabi nga ni Ed Andaya na pwede ko ba daw siya tulungan ilipat yung tops from a forum dati sa Intramuros, then i-translate namin dito sa online. So we were able to do that, and then yun nga, may mga interviews ako. And the first interview of Sports on Air, actually gusto ko nga, konti lang nanood nun, no? Malamang era ni Benny rin to, no? Tony the Hurricane Harris.
Of course.
Wala pang nakakuha ng ganong katagal na interview kay Tony Harris, and we wanted to siguro parang rewind episode, no? I-pre-premiere namin siya uli para mapanood uli ng mga tao yung interview namin with Tony Harris really soon. Pero since then, alam mo yun, nagulat na lang ako, biglang nag-pick up siya. Ang dami na, and counting everything right now. Then si Brian followed suit, di nagtatandem na kami and everything. Ikaw, Vince came in as well, no? And then Benny will be collaborating as well, no? So pinapalaki yung eye bags ko sa totoo lang. Pero it's a good problem. It's a good it's something na very passionate ako. Ngayon, dati nung nasa radyo ako, once a week lang ako na umiintindi ng guest every week, no? Every week lang 'yon. May isa akong guest every week. Nahihirapan na ako. Pero sabi ko, siguro online mas masarap to dahil walang travel, walang na on lang kayo ng Zoom. Hindi ang demand parang almost every other day dapat may show, no? And then everyone is getting too comfortable na the interviews are being done at home. Kaya I think the good problem right now is I think we have enough guests for the entire year, no? Until matapos tong pandemic siguro, and then until na bumalik yung sports ng unti-unti, I think we're gonna be doing this, no? And we're gonna be trying to do kami yung magbigay ng sports fix na interviews while everyone is waiting for the pandemic to ease out sa bansa natin.
All right. Now let's move on to Brian. Brian, I want to congratulate you on ODN and Sports Bites. Ngayon, tatanungin kita, paano mo sinimulan itong dalawang to?
Ba't alam mo yun, Vince, magkasama tayo. Anyway, pwede ako mag-comment kay Ernest?
Sige lang.
I will never forget that Tony Harris interview. Tinawagan ako niya 7 a.m.
Pinagising ko yun.
Ginising talaga ako niyan. Kaya sabog-sabog ako nun. Anyway, as far as starting, kasi before, diba, I was working with one of the newspapers here in the Philippines, and interviewing was one of my, kumbaga I found joy interviewing athletes one-on-one. So at that time kasi there was this issue about fake news, right? So ang sa akin kasi my philosophy there was, if I have a video of the person I'm talking to, you cannot call that fake news. Kumbaga, it was a backup for me. Ngayon, when the pandemic hit, yun nga, sabi ko nga, kay Ernest, sabi ko, ba't di na lang natin i-live yung mga interviews? There's this technology, Zoom, I even tried StreamYard. Tapos that's it. Ayun, nag-start na. Tapos yun nga, kasi nga, Ernest and me came from a workshop, yung sa newbies, kila Noel Zarate. In-implement, kumbaga parang in-implement mo lahat into one. Yun, so yun. That's where, I was able to make friends with a group of people. Tapos yung mga tao na, yun, yung mga classics, yun. Si Ernest, ayaw rin niya nung una yung classics eh. Naalala, yung kay Ricky Relosa, ayaw pa ako samahan niya eh. Bandang wala eh, nagustuhan niya eh. Yung parang, we explored something new and it turned out to be,
ng gabi kasi yung mga interview mo eh.
because they were in the United States, diba? They were in the US. We had to adjust for them and we were just trying. Yun. Pero that started with something. Yun yung mga, that's
Tapos
where it
yung mga
started.
interview ko mga alas 7 ng umaga.
Bumabawi lang ako sa Tony Harris, loko ka. So, yun, eventually, nung yun, like you, Vince, you came in, tapos sila Rica, lately, si Thea, this Binibining Pilipinas, yung I found a group of people that I love to work with. Now, parang I didn't want to succeed on my own. I wanted you guys to be with me succeeding. And ito nga, di ba? Kaya nga, you're here.
And
Yun.
thanks for that, Brian. Ngayon, back to Benny.
Oh my God.
Parang
Okay, balik
parang
game.
Russian roulette tayo dito, no?
Oo.
Game! Nagkakape kasi ako kaya kinakabahan ako eh.
Masarap yung kape niya, no? Masarap.
Of course. Kickstart Coffee.
Yan.
Bigla nag-branding eh, no?
Plugging, ha? Yan, love your sponsors, no?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, Ben, kasi as you know, di ba, natigil ang sports, pero may mga
Yeah.
liga who have found a way to parang circumvent or work around like yung mga bubble events, no? So we're in an outbreak, we're in a pandemic. How do you see sports moving forward despite all of these challenges?
Okay. Kasi ako, I look at it from a perspective of hierarchy, no? If we're talking about sports, the first mover should be the people on top, eh. And then kasi dun magkakaroon talaga ng movement going downwards, eh, no? Papunta na dun sa level na tayo, no? Probably kumbaga sa akin ang end impact na gusto kong mangyari talaga is for me to start playing again dun sa mga casual recreational leagues na nilalaruan ko. Yun ba yung net? Yung bang net
Oo.
impact na gusto natin mangyari, no? That people like si Ernest would go back to probably jogging or whatever it is that he's doing without any restrictions, But at the end of the day kasi it really is kumbaga dependent siya sa disiplina natin at sa aspetong medical din kasi and all of these things that's happening to us. So kumbaga kami on the part of brand management, I'll just share a story about
Go ahead.
sports marketing and brand management. Kami we don't really go into a projection of more than 3 months in really doing anything because that's para bang pointless. So ang ginagawa namin is just we take it a step at a time and kumbaga if there's one thing na na naging turo ng pandemic sa atin is to be prudent, 'di ba? So to say that sports will have something in a few horizon or a few quarters, I honestly kumbaga it's as bleak as everyone else's projection eh. But what I can say is that with the vaccination, I think there's at least a few movements that's happening, but still a wait and see attitude. If you're really asking me, and the things upstairs like bago ako makapag-basketball probably dapat nasimulan muna si PBA, and then after ni PBA dapat si college basketball, and then after ni college basketball amateur basketball, D-League, MPBL, and then it trickles downward. So parang ako ngayon nandun pa rin ako sa stage like everyone else. To have a projection, may kapatid probably like everyone else siguro kumbaga wait and see. Parang ganun pa rin.
Thanks, brother. Okay, Ernest, maraming, correct me if I'm wrong na lang, marami ng episodes kang nagawa sa Sports on Air. Ano yung pinaka na best episode mo? Was it the Tony Harris interview? Ano yung pinaka best episode mo?
Yung Tony Harris episode, challenging yon kasi nga unang-una umaga, tapos hindi namin alam kung kailan susulpot si Tony. Nahirapan siya mag-cellphone, no? Hindi niya alam kung paano i-set up yung Zoom. Yung pag pinadala mo yung Zoom, kailangan niya i-enter yung naiinis siya dahil yung pag-enter hindi niya makuha, no? Tapos yun nga although that is syempre kumbaga the first one will always be something, no? Pero I think one of our best episodes na maraming that he never appeared in anyone else after this, no? Kami ni Brian was there, no? Was the Manny Victorino episode.
Mm-mm.
No?
Ay, yeah, I remember that.
Oo, si Manny Victorino. Napaiyak pa namin si Manny Victorino.
Oo, naalala
So-
ko yun. Kaya
So he
remember
never
ko.
appeared, Manny Victorino
Never.
never nag-appear in any podcast, in any
Oo.
media interview.
Oo, parang gulat kami, biglang pumayag, no? So,
Oo.
nung pumayag, sige, go, larga na tayo, no? And then after that, parang sige, nung nagulat ako, yung his story was really good. And then after that, yun nga yung benefit ng being a host for these episodes. Siguro, you end up being friends afterwards, no? You end up being friends, but siguro ang isa pang memorable episode yung actually puro yung yun nga tagal bago ako ma-convince ni Brian mag classic episodes, no? Ngayon na-convince ako na classic episodes ay yung classic players, no? Yun pala yung malakas no. We were able to do a Toyota reunion, no? Ni Gil
Nice.
Cortez, ni Ompong Segura and Mon Fernandez, si El Presidente. That episode ran for almost 3 hours, pero yung mga tao hindi nagsawa, no? Kasi iba yung ang up to now yung Toyota fans, they solid no? Doon ko na appreciate lalo, although hindi ko na naabutan yan kasi si Brian naabutan hindi ko pa naabutan yan. No. Ako San Miguel versus Pure Foods rivalry ako no?
Ako, baka iniisip pa lang ako ng nanay at tatay.
Oo, yun nga So, kumbaga being a student of the game as well, na-realize ko yung what happened to the PBA during that time. Nagulat ako, kinulong sila sabay-sabay and they live to tell about it. And ang nakakatawa doon, the rivalry is still there. You can feel it from them. Sinasabi nila, basta kami mga Toyota, mas pogi kami sa kanila. They still say it up to now, no? So,
may hugot
yung and siguro ito another memorable episode siguro si Jack Corpus at saka si Gio Halalon when they were in this show, no? Talagang yun yung isa sa mga pinakamasakit ang tiyan ko kasi hindi nagmong interview para kami nakatambay lang at saka kasi I've known Gio and Jack since they were in D-League and college. So in-interview ko sila sabay and then para lang kami nag-reunion ng konti, no? And then yun nga we got to learn about each other more with that, no? So yun yung mga top of mind siguro. There are more, I'm sure, pero yun yung siguro yung mga nasa isip ko ngayon. Si Brian, marami pa yan.
Okay. Godfather, sa'yo naman tayo. Ano yung for ODN and Sports Bites, ano yung the best na episode?
Hirap pagsabi kasi for me, all the episodes are good.
Yeah.
Hanep?
Hindi kasi alam mo,
politician.
hindi. Ang sa akin kasi is it's yung output niya. You get the gratitude of these guests na very thankful sila, and just hearing na they had fun, okay na ako dun it doesn't matter if maraming nanonood or hindi It's just the chance to talk to them regardless who they are. Pero if you're gonna ask me yung nagugulat, ganito na lang. Saan ako nagulat na video na show na namin? It had to be the recent one. That this was about the 3 kids from Pro X. Ito hindi kilala tong mga to. I was there with Thea and Coach Chris Bautista. Now, I wasn't expecting talaga kasi kids to mga bata, they're 13-year-olds. Now, all of a sudden, Vince, alam mo to, nag-uusap tayo about, remember the $1 Million Leg?
Yeah.
In the views, diba? We were talking about that. Only to see this show for some reason, bigla nag-shoot up, naging 46,000 viewers. To this day, I have hindi ko pa rin mag-gets bakit ganun karami ang nanood nun, when in fact, wala naman akong star or celebrity on the show. So, I would say that would be the best for now.
I think because of the story? Do you think because of the story, the human interest angle, the story surrounding these kids?
There wasn't really anything special. We were just saying hi to kids. We were just giving them their moments of fame. That's it. Pero other than that, there wasn't anything extraordinary with it.
All right.
May nag-comment dito si Aldrin, si Tribubes, nagpapa-shoutout na rin. Yung para sa kanya daw, yung Raymond Townsend interview.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. That's a good interview.
Si Raymond Townsend ang first Phil basketball
NBA.
player sa NBA, played for the
NBA.
Golden State Warriors,
Mm.
and promised us a good tour of the Oracle Arena when this is over. Pero nagulat ako doon, sinabi ni Townsend na if Junmar no went to the States early, no, he could have made it to the NBA.
If Junmar went to the
Oo.
States early,
No,
yeah,
oo.
Yeah.
If he went to the States early to train, he could have made it. Marami pa rin daw magkaka-interest sa 6'11 na tao.
maybe
Na
even si
malakas
Slaughter
ang-
Ernest.
Depende, oo, siguro. No, siguro
Yeah.
silang dalawa nung
Mhm.
when they were just in Visayas, no? If they got the right training siguro. Ngayon daw
NBA na.
nakita na yung kay Junmar, no? If he went siguro like 5 years ago,
Yeah.
meron pang magkaka-interest na team sa kanya.
Kaya naman tayo kay Brother Benny. Benny, sa'yo,
Yes, sir.
Bull by the Horn. Ano yung best episode sa'yo? Bull by the Horn, tsaka yung mga ibang
Ah,
episodes na nagawa mo. Ano yung the best?
because I try to not be personality centric with
Yeah.
the show. Kumbaga what I try to be is to be subject centric na in such a way na okay kung this is the topic for today. So it's like news. So but at the end of the day, news are really kumbaga yan yung current state before pandemic, before all of these slew of webcasts came in. Nandiyan yung galing ng One Sports, galing ng ng Two, ng ABS. But at the end of the day, it's still personality that drives it. So if you're gonna ask me kung ano yung memorable would be the Tim Cone interview, the one that we had ni Coach Jong, and because Hinebra is Hinebra.
Yes.
Kumbaga hindi natin maiaalis yan in terms of popularity, and Tim Cone will always be the GOAT. Kumbaga coach sa atin. So it was very nice because he was candid, and another memorable episode to us was, of course, the analysis of the draft that we had, because it was fun, it was very interactive, and we tried to put in a lot of the elements of the usual production that we had pre-pandemic. Kasi sabi ko nga sa production is that if there would be an ideal state for us, is that we try to benchmark ourselves with what was happening before. So para pagdating ng panahon, kung sakasakali syndication na usapan, baka mamaya yan ikaw makikita ko visually, oo nga this is not the one that you see from what's kumbaga that that any Tom, Dick and Harry can do kasi may oras sila. Ito pala ay pinagginawa ng isang tao na may production, mayroong graphic artist, may writer, may ganito, pinag-isipan. So kumbaga, those are the type of things na kumbaga with Bull by the Horn we try to put in as a cadence to the production team. So to answer you back, it's the most memorable would be the Tim Cone episode, and those episodes about the draft where we nitpick yung mga draftees on time na yan. Tapos we were candid enough ni Coach Jong to tell everyone that we got 3 out of 12, 2 out of 12, and diba, nothing bad with that,
Yeah.
okay lang, diba? So parang yun yung mga maganda nangyari.
Okay, Brian, sa'yo naman tayo. Who else ang gusto mong i-guest or interview na hindi mo pa na anyone on your wish list?
Right now.
Yeah. Baka nanonood siya. Malay mo.
Nanonood siya.
Arwin Santos.
Si Paki. Pwede mo na ako Greg, baka maisip ko to. Batiin ko lang yung mga nag-aaral sa comment, no? Thank you for hello to my dad, Doyang is watching. Onin De La Paz, my business manager, and Irvin. Hi, Irvin, and hi, Andy. Now, for that question, mahirap yan, Vince, ha? Mukhang nalagay mo ako sa hot seat, ha?
I mean, kahit sino from any sport,
Okay.
ano ba? Yeah.
Maybe one person I've been trying to get, kaya lang medyo impossible, and Ernest will agree with this, is Abet Gidaben. Kasi and I know may health issues siya ngayon.
Okay.
Basta I've been trying to get to him, kaya lang respect ko na lang, I can't get them. Yun. Well, may isa akong wish list. Not exactly a wish list. Kasi, kasama ko siya before sa Lasal when I was still with that taekwondo team. No? Si Monsur. Actually, we've talked already. Kaya lang we're just waiting for the schedule. But I'll be having him soon. Yun.
Nice. Okay, Ernest, sino wishlist mo?
Si LeBron James.
Wow.
Wishlist
Wow.
lang naman, di ba? Pero,
Sorry
hindi, pero, hindi, pero, I think, no, siguro kumbaga, been trying to get these persons, no, kung medyo, yung kumbaga, kaya naman abutin, no, siguro two guys na masasabi kong current basketball players. I'm still waiting for these two guys to appear on the show, which is Terence Romeo and Jason Castro. No, wala pa, no. We're trying to schedule something with them, no. And although I got the number from Jimmy Alapag, pero si Jason shy eh. No, I known Jason din eh, no. Nakakausap ko yan. Talagang hindi naman siya yung talagang pa-interview talaga eh. No, pero it would be great, no, to finally interview him. Sa classic naman, sa classics, hindi ko pa na-interview si Kaidik eh. Yun kasi kinalakihan kong shooter eh, no.
The Trigger Man.
Oo, the Trigger Man, yun talaga eh, no. Nung Samboy Lim fan ako, and then nung dumating sa San Miguel si Kaidik, na-convert din ako, no. Tapos yun yung siguro, no. Si Samboy Lim hopefully, pero kung Bong Malabo, no, he's my first choice siguro sa mga classic, pero siguro second choice ko diyan si Alan Kaidik.
Okay. All right. Okay, balik tayo sa Benny before you leave us short
Sige lang. I'll let you know, Vince, kung ano man.
Okay. Itong latest gig you're getting into, would you mind telling us what's it about?
Yung ano to, Vince, yung
what's the name of the company? TLC.
TLC, also
yeah.
TLC. No, kasi the one that's been happening lately is that I've been invited to talk. Before there was 2 months ago, I was invited by UST and College of Sports Management to give a talk about entrepreneurship. And then the TLC solution kasi is it's a consulting firm, and they are looking for they want to talk about personal branding and siguro going to cascade it to sa kanilang mga consultants, sa kanilang mga clients, because they're ang TLC solution kasi is a company that does training, corporate consulting. So they have this monthly forum where they guest people that exhibited these types of acumen, So in my case, they look to me as someone that can do personal branding. So I don't say no eh. Lalo na to those that would ask me to share knowledge, and kasi that's free. I got it free. Medyo nag-effort lang ako, pero to flush it out, that's my responsibility, kasi pag pinasok mo dito yung knowledge tapos hindi mo nilabas, normally ang dami na dito, hindi mo mapapasukan ng bago. So para ba nagkakaroon ng 1+1, pasok tapos labas, so that others would benefit from your knowledge. So that's it, so I've been invited, and then there's another school that asked me to talk to their students as well. So these are the type of things that siguro it's just giving back. Because over the pandemic, I was fortunate enough to have enough time to read around 15 books yata. So I had books like the life story of Black Sabbath up to Crushing It by Gary V. So all of these things nakukuha ko tapos ina-apply ko ngayon sa negosyo ko since I have a digital agency with
Yeah.
Prime Edge and I've been creating digital contents. So now na-apply ko siya because I've been doing a lot of work with Smart Sports, so because we're producing also their Smart Olympics, which is yung mga short snippets of video, and at the same time we're also the same team behind the production of Smart
Mhm.
Hoops Life, which is a show by Gino Rufino and Aaron Ataide. So all of these things put together, kumbaga, it benefits both my corporate or my entrepreneurship track and my personal track. So binababa ko 'yon. So kumbaga binababa ko dun sa trabaho ko, binababa ko rin dun sa mga taong humihingi ng panahon ko para malaman kung paano ko daw nagawa na maging personal brand. Sabi ko nga sa kanya, teka, pwede ba talaga ako for personal branding? Sabi ko, because daw, before pandemic, I wasn't this, but now I'm this. So sige, sabi ko, I want to share with you the journey, and the hard work behind it. So yun siya. Yun yung story niya, Vince.
Thanks, Benny.
Sure,
Ernest,
sure.
sa mga interviews, mga podcast, was there ever a time na challenging? Like, let's say, meron ka ng set of questions and biglang na mental block ka, and then during the middle of the live telecast or live program, um, ano yung mga pinaka-challenging episode na nagawa mo in terms of trying to get hold of itong guest na to, tapos may mga tanong ka and then biglang nakalimutan mo na nagka-mental block ka. May nangyari na bang ganun?
I don't think it happened in Sports on Air podcast, no. It happened in Radyo Agila, no. Because I always want the guest to come in early, no. Kung kumbaga 6 song show ko, 5:30 nandoon na kami, nag-usap na kami. And that time, yung nagdala ng guest sa akin, no, I don't know what he's gonna talk about. Sinalang na lang sa akin, no? Saktong 6 o'clock, nakasara na kaming dalawa. And I was doing my spiels and everything. I was introducing the guests. And then, nung in-interview ko na yung guy, no, he doesn't speak Tagalog or English.
Wow. So,
doon ko lang nalaman
ano
on the spot. Tapos, ang sinasabi lang sa akin, no, yes, no.
May language barrier.
Oh my God. Paano ko to papatagalin ng 1 oras? Kung ganun. Then, syempre, being professional, I try to stretch the question. Yung question, lalagyan ko ng paragraph in between. Tapos, and then try again another question on him. And then, ganun pa rin ang sagot. No. Yes. Maybe. Ganun na yung sagot. So, nung nakita ko, no, the show was for 1 hour. I was only clocking in at 15 minutes pa lang. I have 45 minutes to burn. Sumisenyas na ako ng commercial break. Gumagano na ako.
Oh.
And then, sabi ko, biglang sinabi ko, habahin mo yung commercial break. I'll talk to these people who can get in, no? And eventually yung assistant, yun yung interview ko. No, I didn't know, no. So, din talaga pinagpawisan talaga ako. Hindi ko talaga alam. Kasi parang yung 15 minutes niyan, kala mo nag 2-hour show ako sa dami kong kumbaga yung question mong 1 sentence, ginawa mong article para lang humaba yung tanong mo. No, and then yun nga, tapos you're gonna get answers, one word answers, no. Medyo haba-haba naman niya yung no, 'di ba? Yung no. Para maging 5 seconds man lang, 'di ba? Pero wala eh. Siguro that was the most challenging, and I'm glad na nakaraos naman kami. Naka 50 minutes naman kami kasi in-interview ko na yung nagtatagalog ng assistant. Yun ang challenge talaga. Hindi ko makakalimutan yun.
Alright. Brian, yung sa'yo, same question as kay Ernest. Meron bang parang nakaset and then you've had to digress or deviate, mag-adlib or on the fly, kailangan mo mag-adjust?
Sa totoo lang, lots of times, especially kapag ang nangyayari what I do is parang I try to read the guest. Kasi parang minsan kunwari lalo na sa mga natanong na ng ibang host or guest, Uh, yeah, it has happened to me. Pero so far naman, I've been managing well. Kaya you have to be attentive talaga when you're talking to them. Yung parang kailangan basahin mo rin sila eh.
Yeah.
Yung
Hmm.
parang at the back of your mind, meron ka dapat na backup question just in case. Pero yeah, it has happened to me.
All right. Okay, Brother Benny, for yung Pinoy Liga,
Yes,
the
sir.
system, yung software, do you have any competitors in this industry? I noticed you mentioned FIBA live scores,
Live
live
stats.
stats. So anyone else na you're in the industry that directly or indirectly going up against?
Um, well, there's someone, there's a developer there is a company before. They used to sponsor yung Bicol Volcanoes. It's called Crossover App.
Mhm.
And I think they tried to do what I'm doing now, but something happened. So I think the ownership and things like that fell apart with Bicol Volcanoes. So I think yung app na yun didn't push through. So and then yung FIBA Live Stats has been
Yeah.
there, but iba kasi yung iba kasi yung siguro yung approach ni FIBA Live Stats is really more it's an internal system eh. It's not more cloud based. Yung approach kasi namin is that our market is the casual recreational market. The ones where, Brian or
Yeah.
Ernest would be playing. Ako kasi I play a lot of basketball dun sa 40 up.
Mhm.
Although I look 39, no, but I'm 43. So okay,
Nuts.
so so what I try to do is to really push forward in terms of penetrating that market, because basketball in the Philippines is, what it is. It's a religion to us. Um, and every year merong bagong batch of bagong basketball fans.
Mhm.
And every day and every year it starts, at the age brackets na mabababa until sa nagpo-progress sila. So ang sabi ko, I'd rather focus on these people kasi darating yung panahon I could compartmentalize all of their stats, make a ranking system out of all of these data that I'm gathering, create analytics, build on top of this information that has been, given to me. Now, darating yung panahon, baka dumating na si Pinoy Liga would be the go-to hub for stats. Na parang, sino ba pinakamagaling na under 14 dyan? Tignan nyo nga. Okay, ito, emerging to. So, yung guy na yun ay nasa Davao. So does that mean that yung mga scouts sa Manila, yung mga taga Hope Christian, yung mga taga Chiangkai Shek, kailangan pa bang pumunta doon? Hindi na. Tignan nyo muna dito. Ngayon, pag sinabi na, ito, ang ganda ng PER rating nito. Sige, tignan natin. Saka tayo mag-eye test. 'Di ba? Liliparin ko yan papuntang Davao. Pero may indicator na siya. Like in the case now, we're penetrating NABA, which is North American Basketball Association. We've been talking to Coach Q there, Coach Quintana, in Washington D.C. And he's trying to really put Pinoy Liga into the different Pinoy leagues in North America. Imagine if the coaches and the scouts here in the Philippines, kumbaga hindi na muna kailangan lumipad para makita kung sino yung pinakamagaling na under 16 ng Oregon at saka ng California.
Mhm.
'Di ba? Kasi titingnan muna nila dun sa platform namin. Pagkatapos darating yung panahon na kakausapin na nila yung mga coaches to, kailangan ko bang pumunta diyan? So ako, what I'm talking here now are the values that we could provide to the basketball industry, it became digital, lumiit ang mundo. Ngayon for a program like an Ateneo or San Beda, baka bumaba yung budget para sa paglipad nila kasi kailangan nila ganito. So ang dami ngayong, alam mo yun, there's plenty of moving pieces na nagkakaroon na kami ng value. So ayun siya. I hope it answers the question in terms of I answered the question about the competition, but ako I progress in terms of really creating a vision for everyone to see in terms of our Pinoy Liga.
All right, Benny, before we let you go,
Yes,
mag-ano
sir.
muna tayo, group picture muna tayo bago natin bago tayo iwanan ni Benny.
Inagahan na yan,
Gawin na natin to bago umalis si Benny. All right, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thanks, Benny.
All right,
We'll
guys. I
see.
leave you,
Yeah.
ha? Because I have
Stay
this 8
safe,
o'clock,
buddy. We'll
ano.
see you around.
All right.
Thank
Ingat
you,
kayo,
Benny.
guys. I'll
Thanks,
see you
Thank
Ben.
soon.
you.
All right.
Okay,
Ingat.
Bye-bye.
ingat, Boss Benny.
Okay. Uh, back to Ernest naman tayo. Okay.
Mas
So
mahirap
in
to, Brian. Ma-shorter na yung rotation.
Hindi, babarahin naman kita eh.
Mas mahirap lalo yun.
ano kung gusto niyo magtanong sa akin, pwede rin.
O yun naman pala eh. Tanungin natin. Bilis pa.
Oy, dahan-dahan ha. Marami pa akong bigas na kakainin. Anyway, so kay Ernest at kay Brian, so you've done this for a long time. And you've been around sports for a long time. So ano yung pinaka leksyon na natutunan nyo so far in all the years na ginagawa nyo to? Ikaw muna, Ernest.
Ako ba? Dapat nga yung mas matanda eh. Mas may wisdom eh.
Age before beauty. Ikaw muna.
Sige. Okay. I think, number one, don't rush it. No? Kasi I've seen so many people, when they get into the industry, they feel they are already there. No? Although okay yun, pero I like the confidence, pero pakiramdaman mo muna yung field. It's not what you think it is. No? Pakiramdaman mo muna, try to give yourself 3 years. No? Ganun katagal. When I started in 2013, bago doon lumaki yung network ko, it was like mga 2017, 2018, ganun, no? And that is why we are reaping right now na nadadalian kami magyaya ng mga guests, no? Because of all the people that we've been talking to for the past since 2013, no? Si Brian mas matagal sa akin, since 2003 pa yan, no? So yung mga contacts na develop namin during that time, that was easy. Pero I will always ask people na to have a plan, no? To have a plan. Hindi yung sasabak na lang kayo and then kung magpa-podcast sila, tatagal lang sila ng mga 8 episodes tapos wala na, no? Have a plan, no? Go beyond 8. Whenever I'm pitched a radio program, they will ask me a 3-month guest list. Ganun katagal, no? And nung una, nainis ako, ba't naman 3 months? Di ba dapat every week doon mo pag-iisipan ko sino guest mo? May purpose pala yun. They wanna know if you're gonna be here for 3 months at least. Kasi in that 3 months, you will know kung sino yung mga susunod mong i-guest uli. No, you're gonna go for your 4th, 5th. And luckily, nakatagal ako doon ng 4.5 years sa Radyo Agila, no? Doon ko nahasa talaga yung sarili ko. I really made all the mistakes there, no, in Radyo Agila. And to be honest, no, may kumukuha sa akin radio station, no, before the pandemic happened, no. I was supposed to go back to radio, no, and then nung nagka-pandemic natigil yung negotiation, syempre, no. And then, no, nung pandemic nagpahinga na lang ako. And then yun, no, when I said na nakita ko nagsusulputan na yung mga podcast and everything, it took me, kumaga, di ba, pandemic is March. Yung iba nag-podcast na ng mga April, no? I started July, no? I started in July, pero I was already preparing in June. Ganun kahaba yung preparation ko. I needed to see everything should be in place, no? Brian was there, kinakausap ko siya. Ito nga si Brian ang lagi nang bubuhay sa. Tagal naman. Ginaganon ako lagi niyan. Pero I was really preparing every step of the way. Ganun ako ka-OC when it becomes to preparation. No, ganun siguro ganun din dapat, no, if you're gonna approach things in life, ganun din ang approach nyo. So, kung sa mga nagsisimula, if you're gonna be in media, no, give yourself time to grow into the industry. Hindi talaga ganun kabilis. Nakikita ko na yung iba, mayayabang, pumapasok agad, ang feeling nila, ang dami na nilang alam. They all go out a year after. No? Alam ni Brian yan, no? Nag-uusap na kami. Tingnan, para siya, pare, lakas ng dating. No? Tingnan natin hanggang kailan to. Parang ganun, nag-uusap na kami yan. No? So with that, Brian, take it away.
Okay, nalaman ko dyan. Ang pinagsabi mo, hindi ko lang pinagsabi mo, Ernest. Ano mga sagutin ko? May sagutin ba ako?
Same question, Brian.
Okay.
Parang walang narinig, kunwari ka pa dyan.
Hindi, kasi ang gulo-gulo ni Andy sa comment section eh. Si Andy Fiel. Kulit eh. Asal ang beauty age lang nakikita ko. Kulit ni Andy. Tapos si Thea. Hi, Thea. Hope you're doing well. For me, to be honest with you guys, I wasn't really starting with sports. I was really a tech writer when I entered the media. It was a long time ago na yung talagang hindi pa uso yung online writing noon eh, mga blogging. It just so happened I was given a chance by the owner na kasi nakita niya nga I'm into sports. I was coaching before. I love talking. That's it. Kumbaga yung parang PRs. I guess it comes with my political side. Na gusto ko nakikipag-usap, yung parang ganun. From there it grew. Kumbaga, ang masasabi ko lang for those who want to get into media is just have an open mind and keep on trying. And most importantly, please try not to sensationalize.
Yeah.
There are better ways to write a story. If you want a different angle, the best way is to go to the source and ask them yourselves. A different section, a different kind of, there are different ways to, in a story, kumbaga, ganun yun eh. That's what I do. That what makes my style of writing different. Some may not like it, but sorry, but the one that I interview loves it. Yun lang. Sa akin. That's how I make it unique. I don't want to copy. Ernest knows who I'm referring to na I've been trying to help pero kung ayaw niyo makinig, okay lang sa akin. Me, I'm just there to give you some tips. That's all I can say about that.
So, okay. I was supposed to ask the both of you because I asked Benny earlier about sports moving forward, and I want to ask the both of you, in your opinion, from your perspective, sports is trying to make a comeback slowly. Slowly siya bumabalik. Pero magkaka-struggles along the way. So moving forward, Ernest and Brian, where do you see sports moving or navigating or mga workarounds from here on out?
Sino na magsasagot? Si Brian
Ernest,
naman.
ikaw.
Ikaw,
Sige,
ako
Brian.
na naman.
Kakasagot ko lang.
Sige,
Ako
Ernest,
pa yung
ikaw naman.
Sige. Siguro pag bumalik na yung regular na sports, no? And these Zoom interviews are gonna be a staple. Siguro yan yung magandang thing na nangyari dito sa pandemic is that siguro nakita ko dadami pa yung Zoom interviews after this. No, kasi ngayon mahirap na nga content eh. Mahirap na nga kumuha ng interview. But still nakakakuha pa rin. Marami pa rin mga ibang podcasts na nakakakuha rin ng content nila and are trying to give people the fix that they need for sports. So pag dumating yung sports ulit, dadami ulito, no? Dadami ulit.
Yeah.
No? And that is an exciting part na magandang nangyayari sa ngayon. And the digital is more is become a powerful medium as well, no? So dadami yan yung social media will be something, no? At teka, ano nga to, may bumabati rito, makulit eh. Ito siguro guest mo to sunod, si Mix Bustos. Ako magtatanong din sa kanya, no? No, at yun lang, no? Yung yun nga, marami na nga nagsasabi, Kumu is the next big thing, no? TikTok is the next big thing. But siguro at these times, ang advice lagi sa mga ganito, no? Kasi I've been there, no? Nag-diaryo rin ako, online writing, ganito, no? Siguro be like water, no? Yung laging sinasabi ni Bruce Lee, you have to learn how to adjust eh. Kung
Yeah.
from print media to online media to social media or whatever media comes after social media, I don't know. You have to be like water. You have to adjust your content to kung saan na nararapat sa panahon na to. In fairness, nakakabata kasi natutunan mo yung TikTok, no? Tsaka yung Kumu, sinama na lang ako Kumu. Nasama ka dito Kumu. Interviewin kita. Tapos bigla akong okay, anong topic na? Love life. Ba't ako kinuha mo dito? Love life. Ganun. Pero alam mo, nagulat ako, meron na akong diamonds. No? Nakakuha ako ng 50,000 diamonds. Nag-appear lang ako doon. Yung pala, may conversion sa pera. No? Pero, yun nga, siguro, just be like water in this industry. No?
Brian?
For me, well, whether things get back to normal or not, I will stick to what I'm doing right now. Although it's really different because, like, for example, I miss the people that I work with, during interviews. Like, si Migs, si Migs is I'll have to credit Migs Bustos for helping me when I resigned from my last job. He helped me get into ABS. Okay, laking patutang na loob ko kay Migs. I also miss yung being with Meg Shozon kasi tandem yan eh. When Meg and I were working before, she handles the TV side, I handle the article or written side. So there are people that I do miss playing with. Pero as far as Zoom, kumbaga sabi nga ni Ernest kanina, there's no content we have right now. For me, that's a challenge for me. Kumbaga, I still feel we can create content in a different way. I mean, that's why we're doing the interviews. Kumbaga, if there's no sport, kumbaga, there are athletes that need help, need attention. Not just basketball. Kumbaga, kaya sabi ko, Ernest, sige sa'yo na yung basketball. Ako na yung sa ibang sports. And Vince, you're witness to that, Vince. You've been on the shows with who we've guested from Iba-Iba. And I'm going to say that I really enjoy talking to people from different sports, knowing about sports. So it's not just about getting information from them; it's also learning more about the sport.
Yeah, and also you're learning from their experiences.
Yes.
Yeah, how they succeeded, how they failed, how they coped with failure, how they
Story of life.
how they bounced back, tapos yung parang the rise and fall and then rise again. So yung mga stories na ganyan, yung when you interview people from other sports, because I notice and there's nothing wrong with it. I notice a lot of content with basketball, which is the national sport of this country. I have no issue with that. For me, this podcast will work if we shine a light on sports that are not known, sports that the awareness is different or there's not much awareness, or you put another spin into sports. So, for example, let's say, former professional athletes who are now in sports league front offices. For example, let's say former players who are now front office executives in the PBA. So I'm sure may mga differences in playing and being in a front office position. May mga pagkakaiba yan. May mga similarities and may mga differences din.
Yeah, and it's like what I said kanina, Vince, it's gratifying na yung, alam mo, yung parang sobrang thankful sila na ito na lang, like si Elma Muros, parang sinabi niya, buti na alala niyo pa kami. Sabi ko, of course naman, ba't naman kayo makakalimot? Even Arya Sardegna, you were there, Vince. Arya Sardegna, di ba? She was very thankful. Yun lang parang nakakataba na ng puso. That's enough reward for me.
Yeah, like I said, you bring these people to light. Their stories, yung mga na hindi naman nabaon sa limot, pero siguro paglabas nila sa TV, naririnig sa radyo, bumabalik lahat ang memories ng kanilang tagumpay para sa bayan, para sa bansa.
Yes.
So, like yung story ni Mr. Denya, yung story ni Miss Muro, story ni Miss Bongko, these they may or may not have forgotten, but when the people see them, they remember what they accomplished, what they sacrificed.
And Brian, tanda mo yung episode natin with Ernie Gawilan?
Oh, yeah. Oo. Sir
Iba
Ernie.
yun, no?
Oo.
I don't know kung kilala ni Vince si Ernie Gawilan. Para athlete, ano lang,
Anong
yung
sport, Ernest?
Swimming.
swimming. Wala
Swimming?
siyang paa.
Paralympics.
Okay.
Wala siyang paa, no? Pero, and lumad siya, no? Ang
Mhm.
dami, and kakaiba yung storya, no? Kakaiba yung storya. And, um, pero I'm really happy for him, no? I'm really happy for Ernie Gawilan na at his state nakapagpatayo ng bahay sa
Mhm.
kanila, no? And he's gunning for more medals in Paralympics. And yung story pang maalala mo kaya no? Yung kasama natin no si CJ, si CJ Hero yung nag-interview. Ganun siya, bigla na lang gumanon sa pisngi. Tapos minamasa niya para hindi bumaba yung luha. So, yun yung it's it's not about getting views already. No, it's about getting the story out. No, kung sino gusto makabasa, makapanood sa story nila, well and good, no? Nakakatuwa naman, no? Pero one thing about algorithm, no, sa Facebook and the YouTube algorithm, the story will always be there. Pwede mo silang balikan, pwede mo silang i-rewind, no? Unlike sa TV na, 'di ba, pag nasa TV, if you miss the episode, you miss it, no? Buti nga ngayon meron ng YouTube, no, meron ng Facebook. I-search mo lang Ernie Gawilan. Who wants to get to know Ernie Gawilan? Nababalikan nila, no? May mga nagsa-search ng Crispa Toyota rivalry. We have content about Crispa Toyota rivalry, no? So, yun, nakakatuwa that it's like putting a book in a library, contributing a book to a library that people can always get back to and read about it. No? So, yun yung siguro yan yung sinasabi sa akin, may nagsabi sa akin, yung mentor ko dati sa media, no, even before. Kasi, not people know, no, before I became a sports journalist, I was a business show host, no, in Global News Network and DZRJ. No? Ang sinabi nila sa akin doon, it's our job is important because you document history.
Yes.
No? You document history. After the interview is done, it's documented in history already with the way things are going on right now, no? So we are creating history pa rin, and that is why siguro that is the job of the chronicler in these times right now.
Matanong ko kayong dalawa, Brian first, meron bang episode na okay, wala masyadong views, wala masyadong likes or comments, pero nagka-impact sa'yo?
Ano ba yun? There was one, kasi ito talaga, I would have to say that with the Arnis interview with Crisanto Pacindo, it was, I think, the second one that I interviewed with the girls. Kasi here's a guy who's trying to promote the national sport of the Philippines, but it's not really getting that much support. Okay, so that's one of my first advocacies when I started podcasting, was to help these sports that don't really get attention. But you'd be surprised na when talagang nakakataba ng puso yung effort niya, yung kumbaga, as in ito, Zoom, importante naka-wifi ka, this guy even bought yung talagang yung data, nagpa-load pa siya ng data just to be at the interview. Yeah. So, yung mga ganun, parang yung minsan nakukonsensya na ako, yung parang, sir, kung gusto nyo, papadalan ko na lang po kayo kahit para yung mga ganun, yung parang there are voices crying there sa ibang sports who want help, kaya lang hindi talaga napapansin. So, I think yun yung natatouch ako isa sa mga natatouch yung interviews ko na nagets.
Ernest?
Same question ba?
Yeah.
Actually, may mga episodes na yun nga, hindi mo akalaing actually, it's more of hindi mo akalaing malakas, no? Like yung ballerinas, yung mga ballerinas, nagulat ako yung mga bata, it was one of the lightest interviews na experience namin. Pero it's about parang siguro pagtanda ng mga batang to, no, we already documented who they are, no? So uh, marami pa, no, pero I think nasabi ko na yung isa, yung not much views pero tumama talaga sa akin yung si Ernie Gawilan talaga. That was one of the best interviews that I did, na naungkit ko yung story niya and everything, kung sino siya at paano yung niya, yung buhay niya, no, yung Brian, yung paracetamol, 'di ba? Yung pinapainom siya ng paracetamol, yung gamot lagi. Hindi naman pala niya kailangan ng paracetamol.
Oh, yeah. I remember
Yung
that.
gano'n, no? There are light sides, no? I would suggest, kung gusto niyo balikan, no? If you want to feel blessed in your life, no? You should, and kung ikaw tinatamad ka mismo sa buhay, tingnan mo si Ernie. No?
Yeah.
Parang yun yung tumama sa akin na, eto nga, nakapagpatayo ng bahay. Wala siyang paa. No, yung wala siyang paa talaga. Nakapagpatayo ng bahay, ikaw pa kaya, no? So it's something that you would go back to your to your life na kaya ko to. I'm able. I can do this.
Okay. Thank you, Ernest. Well, we're almost at the end of the program. My goal was first episode was for an hour, and we're almost at that 60-minute mark already. I want to thank Benny for his time, Brian and Ernest. Again, congratulations to all three of you. To Ernest for the 50,000th subscriber, for Brian on ODN and Sports Bites, and Benny for his latest endeavor. This is the first episode of Sports for All. Any last words from Brian and Ernest?
Well, I just
Brian,
like...
kita mo si Brian naman ang nauna ngayon, di ba?
Ako na nga mauuna. Sige, ikaw muna.
Oo na nga, sige na nga, oo na.
Well, first of all, Vince, congrats. I'm glad you took up my advice to you to have your own show. It's about time talaga. Kasi, alam mo, Ernest, Vince has been inviting guests. Sabi ko, I think it's about time you stepped up on your own.
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah. I told Vince that this is what that is what I'm looking for my co-host. Kumbaga, sa akin, fulfillment na yan, I've helped you get your own show. Fulfillment na yan. I'm not after the monetary rewards. Kumbaga, seeing you grow, okay na ako doon. Sobrang masaya na ako doon. So, I'm happy for you, Vince. Congrats. And finally, you have your own show. And
Salamat.
And you always got my support.
Salamat. Thank you, Godfather.
Ayun, okay na. Ako naman. Sige.
Bawal gumaya, ha?
Oh. And above what he said. Sige, congrats, Vince. No? This is long due already. No? Parang nakita naman namin na kayang-kaya mo gawin to. No? And we will be here to back you up. No? Whatever you need, no? Hingi ka lang ng... si Brian muna, hingi mo ng tulong, lalo kung financial. No?
Baliktad yata.
Hindi, ikaw na. Ikaw na, ikaw na Ikaw, kaya nga Godfather, di ba? Ay, basta we're here to back you up, no? Congratulations on this, no? And again, para sa mga taong bago pa lang, no? Subaybayan nyo, i-like nyo yung Sports Bites, Sports on Air. We will be cross-posting this kung yung mga shows ni Vince sa mga namin, sa mga tawag doon? Sa mga
may nakalimutan ka.
Oh.
Meron ring Facebook page si Vince Sports for All.
Ayun, paki-like na rin, no?
Yun ang actually I'm helping Vince with that. I'm going to help
Salamat.
Vince with that.
Thank you.
Sige. Dapat ipa-cross-post din doon, Brian, no?
Actually, I already did while you were talking.
Ayun pala. Galing mo talaga, kaya ka Godfather.
Sige, sabi mo.
Ayun, yun lang, no? And salamat sa mga nanood, no? Paminsan-minsan naman kami naman yung tinanungan, no? Mas madali pala ikaw yung nagtatanong.
Oo nga eh. Ako doon, nagulat ako sa isang tanong ni Vince. I never thought of that.
Hirap pala, no? Nakakapawis eh. No?
Mas masarap magtanong, ano?
Mas masarap magtanong.
Oh. Well, anyway. Okay, well, gentlemen, maraming salamat. Thank you for your time. Until next Saturday, sports fans. This is Vince Vico, Sports Without Borders, every Tuesday on Business Mirror and on Facebook. Sports for All, this program, every Saturday at 7. So I'll see you again next Saturday, sports fans, for another episode of Sports for All, because sports is for all. So thank you and good night. Stay safe.